Class is in session. The Brofessor is in. What's happening, y'all? We have Wes Lee. We have him at 6-star silver. We're going to check out Rise from the Ashes in the gameplay. As always, I don't get to keep this character. Scopely will take it back at the end of this preview. So let's check it out. He is a chaotic modern era free-to-play character, and not a bad one at that either. So someone you should try to get your hands on if you can, to high as you can. And his training ability, Leech Gems doing 75% more damage, and Black Move starting with 2 more MP are perfect for this month's Nikita Lyons, who is our chase character. That is specifically made for her, but will also be useful for other people. NXT Link Modern Era single gear. Look at the artwork, looking spot on. Looks very, very good. Very, very cool. Happy with it. On our list of things today, we are just going to keep Fury 2s on him. So we're going to keep the 2s because he does mostly just gem damage, or he does sub damage. So we'll put the Fury 2s on there with a little bit of purple move damage, but you can get the idea of sort of how hard he hits. And this one right here has an extra 26%. So we are looking at a good old 106% extra gem damage on top of things. All hearts when we finally get to our sub build, which is not going to be our first build. And he has the ability, if you have a JD plate, to make his secondary build work. And that's the one I'm going to show first. All right, let's go check out his movesets. So our first movesets, we're going to do the triple blue. We're going to do the handspring Pele kick. And we're going to do 650k damage, choose 3 rows to destroy. So if you get yourself a good blue move damage on top of that, you'll be hitting 1.8 million for this finisher. So it's going to hit a lot harder. I'm just not going to put the blue move damage on there, but you get the idea. We're also going to make 3 rows into multiplies of ×5 with the Tiger Feint kick. 250k damage, 3 rows into multiplies of ×5, and we're going to buff that one. That's what we want. And lastly, he's got a jumping Inseguri, and this is where the JD plate comes in. We're going to make 10 random gems into 1 turn countdown gems, and they're going to increase our blue gem damage, plus do 2.5 million when they go off. It's 240k each, but there's 10 of them, so if all of them survive your turn, you're going to do a 2.5 million plus whatever you can do on the finisher afterwards. For our entourage, we are going to try to get all the multiplied damage that we possibly can. So blue move starting with 4 MP is going to make sure that the countdown gems go off first turn. We're going to increase this ×2, so we are going to get ×7 now for our multiply gems. I still don't have Memrock after last month, and I'm a little bit salty about that. But you can buff multiply gems or any gem damage that you want to on the back end. The other one that you can use is you can use Tex Lex or the Technician Lex Luger, who will give you +2 blue MP and a ×1 increase on the multiply gems if you don't have Matt. So that's an option for you. Memrock's an option, so you can buff all those up. All right, let's go check it out against Eddie Guerrero. Viva la raza. And we'll play up against him again because we have a nice hardcore move that we'll check out with Wes Lee afterwards. So because of the perks and the bonuses of the month, he's going to start turn 1 for this month and for feuds and stuff, but next month this move will not be starting turn 1. So we're going to hit our move, JD plate goes off, and all of the countdown gems are now on the board. Normally you would just do a swipe at this point, which is what we will do. So we'll hit a swipe. It is then his turn. And so the countdown gems go off. It fills up all of our moves again, all of our blue moves, which means you can place this one more time, decrease the moves, and so you can constantly take out your opponent's moves. And now we turn 3 of these rows into ×7. Obviously, where blue gems are is going to help you the most, and also recycle, which is what you need. And then we're just going to blow them on up. 1, 2, 3. And so that did a cool 12.6 million, dropped down to about 10.5 million. So you can see just how powerful that can be, and even more powerful with a gem, a move gem damage medal that would actually help with the finisher. So that finisher could do closer to 15 million. And also having Memrock on the back end to have another ×1 would also let that hit for way harder. All right, let's go check out the other moveset. All right, so for our second moveset, and we're only going to do 2 movesets, and I'll actually show you why. Because Wes Lee has 2 steel moves. And so both of these are beefy steel moves. They do 700k each, but it really is dependent on your opponent. So if you're going up against anyone with blue moves, then you would use the blue move set, and you can put these moves on. If you're going up against someone with purple, you can put on the purple move set and do this. The only problem that I have with both of these steel moves is that they steal these other colored gems, but then how do you load the yellow again? You have nothing that makes yellow. So not my cup of tea. That's 2 moves that I won't be using. But that being said, we are going to go into the purple move set. So we are going to put on the sleeper hold. It is 7 MP, so it'll be ready to go turn 1 come feud time. We are going to make 28 random gems doing 300k damage, 4 turns, and it's going to turn everything into snowfall gems. Boo, 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 snowfalls. That are going to make purple at the end of it. So it's going to help us recycle. Our Falcon Arrow is going to make 7 gems. We get to choose them into blue. And this is where we are going to be a class assassin, as my buddy Mike Grant would say. We are going to get bonus for every snowfall gem of 200k. And it is a hardcore move. So if it's a showboat, and that's who we're going to go against, we are going to increase our purple gem damage by 75%. So that's where he's going to be the most useful, or at least the most useful to use. But I think this moveset would be the one that you would use. Let's get out of here and go back in. For whatever reason, it does that weird thing where it makes... Anyways, not important. Yeah, you're going to use this moveset probably more so than the blue moveset unless you got a JD plate. So, Snowfall Gem. So if you get the Nikita Lyons and take her up to 26k, Snowfall Gems are going to do 75% more damage, and purple moves are going to start with 2 more move points, along with wood starting with 4 more, so turn 1 sub come feud time. I'm going to decrease the purple submission moves. I found this allowed for the most damage. It's only going to really remove it by 2. So we'll have a 2-turn sub to keep as many of the snowfalls on the board. You can buff the sub. You can put more gem damage on the board. It depends on how you want to run them and what you want to do. So let's go check out this with an all hearts plate to give us a little bit of extra purple damage, and then we'll see what we like and what we don't like. All right, let's bro. So first off, you're going to want to, and this is one thing that is a little bit annoying. I never know. There's always like pulsate, so I never know which move I'm actually using at any given time. I have to make sure that I read the description on the board. So this move's a little bit random as always. You never know where your gems are going to go, and you never know how many your opponent's going to take off the board for you. And as they're snowfall gems, the less of them at the very top of the board, the worse off for you on your next turn. That being said, we are buffed up our snowfall damage. We are going to get 350k right now per snowfall gem in bonus damage on top of what we already got. And so that did another 8 million right there. And now we can actually, now we got 75% more purple gem damage. And so now we just destroy. We do some blues like that and like that. And now we get the majority of the board turned into snowfalls as best we can. And that did another 6 million. So you can see by turn 2, we just did another 14 million against a showboat. So there you have it. That is Wes Lee. Those are the 2 move sets that I think everybody will be using. Probably the purple one more so based on its abilities and to take out basically anybody. So let me know what you think. Give it the old like, the share, the subscribe. I appreciate y'all coming to class today. Brofessor out.